In this video we're going to have the TCL 50S525 review. We will have a detailed look on the various features this product possesses. This video will help you decide whether this television is perfect for your needs. We provided a link on the description to give you the best prices on the market right now. The TCL 5 series is a much better looking TV than I expected for the price. Its top and side bezels are extremely thin, the TV's profile is also quite thin, and the TV's feet are attractive as well, if not a little light and cheap feeling. I'm not a fan of the circular button which sits next to the TV's Roku logo, and the bottom border is a little large, but on the whole, the TV looks like it should cost more than it does. Included with the TV is an increasingly elusive composite video breakout cable, a set of AAA batteries, and a Roku remote. This particular Roku remote does not have a built-in headphone jack nor is it a voice remote, though private listening and voice control are available through the Roku app for iOS and Android. We'll be talking about that app quite a bit in this review. The 5 series isn't a high-end TV, at least not in price. This TV doesn't offer local dimming zones for its direct backlighting. This means the TV has much more uniform brightness across the screen than an edge-lit TV would. But because it can't dim any of those backlights, it could struggle to offer deep blacks, especially in scenes with bright objects on dark backgrounds. Aside from the omission of local dimming, it isn't apparent that any corners were cut. TCL doesn't speak to its video processing often, so there's no clear indication the 5 series has anything less capable inside than its 6 series or 8 series cousins. The 5 series, like all TCL TVs, is a Roku TV, which means not only do you get a Roku home screen filled with customizable input names and apps, Roku is also the interface one uses to adjust any kind of setting. Typically I'm a fan of the Roku TV interface, but not so much with this TV. In the case of the 5 series, the TV will adopt a warm color temperature, but there's still some motion smoothing that needs to be turned off. No big deal, it happens. That movie preset is now active for whichever input you happen to be tuned to. Let's say you were watching cable or satellite at the time, the movie preset is now engaged and presumably properly set up. Now the user has to go into every other input they are using, HDMI 2 for a game console, HDMI 3 for a Blu-ray player, for example, and select the movie mode for each of them. That's also true for streaming apps, which isn't readily apparent to most users. Furthermore, it's not enough to just open an app like Netflix and pick movie mode, you must start streaming a show in order to adjust the picture settings. Kind of a hassle, but forgivable. But what if you accidentally picked a show or movie that's presented in HDR? In Netflix's case, it would actually be Dolby Vision. You would now be selecting one of 3 Dolby Vision picture modes, Dolby Vision Dark, Normal or Bright. Okay, fine, we can pick the Dolby Vision mode we like, but what about SDR content, which is what most people watch, most of the time, on other apps, like Amazon or Hulu. In order to adjust to movie mode for apps playing SDR, you have to go play some SDR content on one of those apps. Sound frustrating? I'm just getting started. We haven't talked about regular HDR10 mode, which is what you get with a lot of YouTube content and many Amazon shows. There are 3 modes for HDR10 as well. So, if we count them all up, there's a total of 7 different options between SDR, HDR, and Dolby Vision, and that doesn't include other picture modes like game or standard. If one does jump through the hoops and optimize settings for a better picture, they will be rewarded by what appear to be very rich colors and impressive contrast. That last bit came as a surprise to me. This TV's contrast is remarkably good considering there's no local dimming, and since there are no dimming zones to control, there are no annoying backlight fluctuations to deal with when watching in a darkened room. Also, I was pleasantly surprised at the mitigation of halos around bright objects on black backgrounds. Even though the screen doesn't ever get pitch black, it gets dark enough to offer decent contrast. Where to buy? You can get the TCL 50S525 through the link below in the description. We have checked to ensure those are the best price in the market right now. Thanks for watching.